what? I mean, you can't even and if you don't have money right now in LA, you can't find recreation.
Yes.
Where can you go and just relax without money? The park?
Nowhere. The park you go,
so people turn to drugs.
They're always like drug sellers in a park.
Yeah.
They're looking someone like you.
Yeah.
For example, you have a fight with your parents, and
Yeah.
that fight is always happening between teenagers and their parents. Always in Armenian families, in any families.
Yeah.
Okay, the kid is going out. He has to clear his head. He has to think what happened. What he does, first thing he does, he has no money. No, he has nowhere to go.
Yeah.
He has to go to some park.
So he calls
sit
his
in
friends.
a park.
Yeah.
Yes. And maybe he'll see his friends. Maybe he'll see someone who will present him as a friend.
Not
and
even park. It's at school.
What?
It's at school. Kids are getting blazed up.
Yeah, and he'll tell him.
But what do you
know
expect?
What?
I mean,
get this, take this, and you'll feel better.
But look, but think about this, okay? What do you expect? Okay, let's stop acting stupid. If your kid listens to Snoop Dogg, what is Snoop Dogg about? About smoking weed,
exactly,
making money, and having a bunch of nice women. Your kid listens to music that constantly, and then you got these wannabe Armenian gangster rappers who got their MySpaces and they're smoking weed and acting like they killed 50 people. So now I think that is prevailing in Glendale, where you have all these young guys who are trying to act like 50 Cent and be gangsters, and they're smoking weed and acting like they kill people, and maybe some of them even do try to kill people, and they catch cases, they're doing life in prison.
Actually, with under the weed, it's not really possible, not much possible as if they do under crystal meth or under heroin.
Yeah.
The most people that they may kill someone are the drug user who is under heroin.
Yeah,
because
and even when they're drunk too.
Yes,
when they're drunk,
yes,
you know.
yes.
Because I know I did some crazy stuff when I was drunk. Because you get that courageness.
Yeah,
you know,
but again, to become a criminal, to really do something, I wouldn't say that whoever does weed, it's not going to come to that point.
Yeah.
But it's going to be after a certain level.
Because the weed makes them happy.
Yes. If someone is using crystal meth, they're getting so hyper. They're getting so much into it. You know, they're like, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. Be cool. Do this credit card fraud. I mean, everything may happen under someone who is under crystal meth.
Yeah, and not only that, but people who do crystal meth, they're usually in a culture where there's and all your friends who do meth with you, they're all shady.
Yes, they are.
They're a bunch of slim shadies, and they will turn on each other in an instant, because it's a whole culture. It's not like it's just the drugs that's killing you. It's the people around you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, the most shadiest people out there, and if you're someone who does speed, you're shady, and so are your friends.
Yeah.
And that's why you have to come to God and get right. Be real.
Yes.
Stop being, shady, sneaky. Man, I mean, people who doing speed will steal from their own baby brother who's 3 months old. They'll take the diapers off their button and go and sell it. You know what I'm saying?
They'll take last dollar from their parents
Yeah.
who has to spend it on a butter or on a bread to bring something at home. They'll steal that
That's
last
right.
dollar and they'll do drugs.
Yeah, mama ne bukan ziga said kim vor baziga speed gane gon. Inch kana manera. Man, I tell them, man, if they're not willing to seek help, you better get them out of the house.
Yeah.
Or be
get them out of house.
doing because palan bichonan us.
Yeah.
And don't come crying to the church. Don't come crying to the rehab center. Don't come crying to the police, because you saw the truth. And this is me and my wife were talking about this the other night. We're saying that I think the problem with people is not so much discovering the truth about their kids, about themselves,
but what they're gonna do for it. That's it.
The problem is not knowing the truth. People are hearing us right now and they know what we're saying is true. The question is,
what will
you do about it? What will you do about it in your own life? And I think most people are afraid to know the truth or face the truth because of what the truth demands of them.
I can bring you an example from one of the girls that was in our facility. I'm not going to give out any names, but she was a heroin addict.
Yeah.
And she was sober for about 6-7 months. Then she went back and relapsed again.
Yeah.
And then she came for us for help again, about 3-4 different times.
Yeah.
And the reason that she was relapsing, because she was not leaving her friends.
Yeah.
She was not changing her home environment. And the parents were not willing to change it also.
Yeah.
You know. And the last conversation with the parents that we had, we told the father what he has to do. He has to kick that person out. Because the last time she emptied out their checking account.
Yeah.
She sold us jewelry.
Oh, yeah.
She did so many other things. She was about to kill her sister, for God's sake.
Yeah.
And then, even then, the parents were not willing to kick her out.
Oh, yeah.
I did tell them, the only way that you can do this, either you have to press criminal charges against her.
Yeah.
Because she's stealing. It doesn't matter who she's stealing from.
Yeah.
You cannot make it right because she's stealing from home.
Yeah.
Or you have to kick her on the streets.
Yeah.
Who is going to help her? 1-2 days, maybe friends can give her a
I think
place
the issue
to
is
stay.
the parents don't want to see their kids suffer because of their choices.
But the thing is that eventually she suffered. She got caught for shoplifting.
Yeah.
And she got taken to the police custody. And that's when her father called us again to try to help her out. But at that point, we told them that we're not going to do it.
Is there a principle of rock bottom? Is rock bottom good? Is letting your kids...
For some of them, it is good, but some of them, it's crucial. Some of them, when they are going all the way to the bottom, they may kill themselves. They may OD.
Is the parent... But are we responsible?
Of course we are.
Okay, I'm a parent. I'm doing all I can. I've changed. I'm going to church. I'm trying to be healthy. I'm trying to have balance. I'm trying to set boundaries in the home. But my son refuses to stop. He keeps ripping me off, so I kick him out. I kick him out. He goes, lives in a motel somewhere. He's doing heroin. He ODs. He dies. Am I responsible?
Yes, you are.
Why?
Because
I've done all I can.
There was a time that you could help him. Maybe it was too little, too late. Okay? Maybe you did whatever you did. Did you do it for yourself or you do it for your son?
I did it 100% for them. I did it 100% for them. The minute I found out that they were doing speed and heroin, I called, I did everything. The rehab counselor told me, okay, you need to be home more. You need to start spending time with your son. And I did it.
Okay.
And they refused. My son, my daughter refused to stop. They OD'd and met on.
Okay. If you see that there is a refusal, then you have to fake something. You have to bring situation to the point that they will end up in jail.
Okay.
That is the last source. Once they end up in jail, you have to let them be there at least for 1 or 2 weeks.
What about intervention?
Intervention helps too, but if you say they did everything, did they do intervention also? That's the point.
Okay, so if there's a kid out there, mega bezdiguni, and a meci portazes, if you don't at least try intervention where they take them to a closed facility, lockdown, so the question is, can you say you really did everything?
Until,
you can't say you can't.
No. Okay. I don't think so. Intervention is...
You have no money.
To be honest with you, at this point, our services is not only about the money. First thing is help. So if someone is going to call us and tell us, you know what, guys, I don't have money, but this is the situation I am in, and I really need your help, we're not going to tell them, you know what,
but are most places like that? Are most places like that?
I don't know.
Okay.
They're supposed to be.
Okay.
Because the whole concept of this type of facility, not to refuse services to anyone.
Okay.
Even if you have money or you don't have money, the help is first. Okay. What you need to do, you need to at least try to help that person. And in case if they won't be financially able to help you or pay the thing, there are some other facilities that is by this government, by state, and they
what
are
about
helping
the city?
them.
What is the city doing?
City doesn't have that kind of facilities. That they're
is the city of Glendale putting any money in drug treatment to help poor immigrant Armenians, Mexicans, blacks, if they even live in the city? Are they doing anything to help subsidize that?
I don't think city itself does it, but I know that LA County has some funding.
LA County? Okay.
LA County has some funding.
Usually do cities even do that?
There are some cities they do,
it's just
depending from their budget.
Okay, so they make the decision.
They make the decision based on their budget. And you know, to be honest with you, if for that year they have specific budget that was left over, and they have to spend it somehow in order for them to get same budget next year, otherwise they're going to cut it, they're doing some stuff. They may do some, you know, what should I say, outside, you know, events, just to bring some posters about drugs, how bad drugs are. They may do some stuff, but to me, those state agencies, those state government or those city governments, they have to really focus to talk about with organizations like yourself, like us, to understand what really they can do to help.
So basically the city, state, churches, educational institutions, everyone needs to team up to combat this issue.
Exactly.
Okay.
And the point is that in one way, like organizations like us, in order for us to be able to help more people than we do right now, we need to become non-profit organizations.
Okay.
So we can get all those grants. Otherwise, they are not available for you. And to become non-profit organization, it's kind of very hard ladder that you have to climb up with. And until you get to that point, you want to do something more, but you cannot. Because in one point, the help comes to the point that, okay, to buy this medication for these people, we need money. To have more counselors to help these people, we need money. It's not that we are going to take that money and put in our pocket, but to do some services, to do more services actually, we need money. So eventually all comes to the point that we are going to be tight. We cannot help as many people as we should and as we could if we won't tied up with all other, sources that is on the way of this kind of facilities. And to be honest with you, churches, like your youth, I mean, I see that you are doing very, very good job with Glendale youth. Because some of the Armenian parents, when they see that their kids are not behaving, first thing they're thinking it's about church. Because for Armenian parents, it's very hard to understand the concept alcohol and drug facilities like us. But if the church and us were going to work with together, and probably we can help parents to understand more how church helps them, and you can explain to them to understand how we are helping them.
Because what people don't realize is the church is not ready. And I would say one of the greatest enemies of helping unchurched drug addict youth are the older church members.
Yes.
Sometimes parents will bring their kids to church so they can keep them away from the streets. So that means that by default, they want a church that's for stable, safe kids. So they're not really a missionary church to the dying and the hurting.
Yes.
And so what I've realized is that churches need to work with organizations that can help the ones who are very at risk without, and at the same time teach the church how to care for those kids. Because there are kids who don't do drugs.
Yes.
There are kids who go to school, they're good kids, and they don't want to hear a sermon on drugs every weekend, every Sunday. Because they have a whole different set of issues, getting A's in school, dealing with teachers, dealing with relationship issues. So we have these different issues. So I would say that most churches and most Armenian churches are not ready and capable to deal with addicts.
Yes.
They're just not. Because churches tend to focus more on mainstream society. Let's pick up this phone line. Welcome to Unshakable Live. Who are we speaking to?
Hello. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Mr. John.
Yes.
I am much more like you because your question, everything is perfect.
Thank you.
Who is that lady talking to you?
This is Naira, and she runs a she runs a rehab center. Go ahead.
What's his name?
It's NNN AD Alcohol Counseling Services, and I'm a Naira. I'm a president of the company.
Okay, thank you very much. You are a very good Christian, good answer for talking and the John Pastor.
Thank you.
He's a very personally good man. Anytime I looking that concept, the concept for a Jack.
He's having a hard time.
Jack, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wow, that was a very encouraging phone call. Let's pick up this other line. I think someone's on the line here. I don't know. Maybe not. Wow, this is a huge topic. Let's pick up this line. Welcome to Unshakable Live. Who are we speaking to?
Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
This is Mambra Jack. How are you doing?
Hey, Mambra, how you doing, man?
I just want to know the overall general message you guys are trying to send to the Armenian community. Because I'm getting strange messages. I'm not getting a straightforward message. You guys are jumping from topic to topic. I just want to know what your overall message about drugs is.
Well, I think did you want to respond?
Yeah, I'll respond to that. Overall message to Armenian communities about this is that they have to wake up. They have to see that the families, the kids have huge problem with the drug, and any kind of things that they may see in their kids' behavior, any kind of problems that they may notice that is not happening before, it is something that they just discover, they have to turn to facilities like us. They have to seek help. They have to seek help for every single unreasonable thing that the person can do. The person in their kid's age. For example, 17-year-old teenager. If that teenager used to behave and suddenly you can see that this person is not sleeping at nights, he's stealing money from home, he's doing some stuff, he's getting very angry, he's fighting with everyone, then something is wrong with that. It's not because of the age, it's not because of the hormones. Something is really wrong with that. So what they need to do, they need to turn to us, they need to ask to see if that person is using drugs or if that person just has behavioral problems. Trust me, I have seen that. I have seen parents coming to us asking questions without even knowing if their kids are doing drugs or not.
Yeah.
And then with our help, we are going to interventions, we are going to their families, we are talking to those kids, And trust me, it is very helpful. And even one person, if we can help one person a day from Armenian families to straighten the life out, to become the person that the parents want them to be, then we can tell that our job was rewarded by the God.
Amen.
That's all I can tell. Everybody have to think to help someone else. Wake up. If you see your neighbor is doing something wrong, don't just watch them. Don't just tell them, I'm glad that's not me. Just do something about it. That's
Amen.
all is the message about today's show, from what I understand.
Okay.
Thank you, Mama.
Take care.
Peace. Welcome to Unshakable Live. Who are we speaking to? Hello? Hello? Unshakable Live. How can we help
Hello?
you? Hi.
Hi, I wanted to know if you think it's fair that when someone's in a rehab and they're trying to do really good,
I said,
and they end up relapsing, is it fair to just give up on them?
No. There is no way that we can give up on someone who is relapsing. You have to guys understand that relapsing is part of the healing process, and that is a sickness. We cannot think that someone who has an addiction is going to be perfect. Some people, they have to relapse to realize how bad it was.
Wow.
Okay. Some of them, they just relapse because their body cannot take that, the process, overall thing at the same time.
Yeah.
It's too much for them to,
so
grasp.
we need to see relapse as part of the process.
Yes, relapse is a part of the process.
It's sort of like the Christian life, how you come to God, and even though you came to God, you're gonna blow it again. You're gonna hurt Him.
Yes.
But He already says, I know that, but I'm gonna still love you. Long as they're trying, I think that's the key, huh? Long as, no matter how many times they fall.
As long as they keep trying, no matter how many times they fall, they still can be helped, and they still can be cured. That's all I can tell.
I don't know if that helps you. Any other comments or questions?
No.
Cool.
If you are out there, someone who really needs help, if you relapse, you can still come. I don't know who you are, but if you feel that you were with us, you relapse, and we didn't help you for some reason, then you still can come to us, and we're going to be there to help you out.
Yeah, if you know the person or whatever, please take the step, because man, drugs ain't no joke, man. It'll kill your soul, So why were you calling?
Excuse me?
Why were you calling? What was it on your heart that made you want to call?
I was just curious.
Is this for a friend or?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hey,
Okay.
Thank you, man.
Can I make a comment on that, Jack?
Yeah.
There are lots of girls in our facility that after they were doing very good, they finished the program and everything. They went out. We heard now that they relapsed.
Yeah.
And some of them, they kind of ashamed to go back.
Yeah.
To come back to get help from us, and they think that they kind of betrayed us.
Yeah.
But that's not it.
Yeah.
I'm telling everybody, whoever was with us, whoever was with other communities, other services, if you relapse and you think that you want to come back, just come back.
Yeah.
We are not going to ask a question. Our facility is not judgmental.
Yeah.
We are there to help you.
And
even if you relapse 10 times, 11 times, 1,000 times, doesn't matter, come back.
But I think the two is people need to stop looking at their recovery as a sprint. That is, I did it, I'm done, I'm healed. But I would say that it's a lifelong journey.
Exactly.
And I have addictions that I struggle with 15 years after being a Christian. And we need to get this idea that you become a Christian and now you fix a problem and you move on. I would say that it's more circular.
Exactly.
You deal with the problem and then it's going to come back again. And it's a lifelong process and journey. And the key is to never stop walking on that journey.
Yes.
To never stop running that marathon.
And for parents to understand this a little bit better, I can bring another example.
Yeah.
If someone has diabetes, that's a journey that they have to live all their life.
Yeah.
Okay. Every day they have to wake up, check their blood sugar, see how high it is, how much medication they have to take to make it through the day.
Yeah.
Okay. It's the same thing,
Yeah.
You never give up on someone who has diabetes. That person can live very long, happily life, having that problem and dealing with that problem every single day.
Well, we like to just feel like we've been cured. I'm done. Bye. I can move on with my life. And you know what?
Yeah.
Some sins, some addictions, some sicknesses. It's a monkey that's on your back forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome to Unshakable Live. Who am I speaking to? Hello. Welcome to Unshakable Live. Who am I speaking to? Hello. 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 All right. Okay, so I think we're coming to a close here. And again, I want to thank everyone who watched today as we talked about the truth about drugs. And you may think about this subject and say, you know, it doesn't concern me. It's not a big deal. But let me tell you something. When a city has a drug epidemic, it will eventually concern you, because you will one day be married and have kids, and drugs will be in the public school system. You will have to live in a city, and if your neighbors down the street are selling drugs or on drugs, poverty, crime, it affects all of us. So we need to get the idea that it's not my problem, it's their problem. And I would say that if you're not involved with your church and in the community, trying to do a little bit to help the problem, maybe giving a donation to a nonprofit rehab center, or volunteering some time just to be a mentor, or going into the public school district meetings and asking, what are they doing about drugs on the campus? What are they doing to really educate? Not that cliche stupid stuff, say no to drugs. Like, that really works. It's like saying to someone who loves chocolate ice cream, say no to chocolate ice cream.
Yeah.
The more you say no to me, the more I'm going to want to eat it. Come on, there's something deeper there. There's deeper issues. And we as Armenians need to address the issue, because we're living in very stressful times where the economic strain has disfractured the family. Parents, we don't have time to be at home. I have 3 jobs. Literally, I have 3 jobs just so my wife can stay home and homeschool my kids. I have to bust my butt just to pay the bills. And I'm telling you, and I'm an educated person. I'm in graduate school, and I'm a professional. And I'm saying, look, if these days you're not educated and you don't have a trade or entrepreneurship that brings high income, you're living under this strain. And my question is, what is the city, churches, and people doing together to address the problem? Or do we even care? This is some of the discussions I would like to see. Welcome to Unshakable Live. Who am I speaking to? All right. God bless you guys. We'll see you guys next week. And please, we'll see you at church tomorrow. Come ready to hear the word of God. Invest into your spiritual life, and then you'll reap a blessing.